Hi friends, it's Tanya here with My County Link, and today I'm out to surprise our next impactful rippler. We're outside of here at Spirit, and we're going to go in and we're going to surprise Brian Hathaway for all the effort that he does here in our community. So again, if you know of an impactful rippler, make sure that you nominate them. You can send that to tkeller@mycountylink.com, or you can go straight to our website and you can email us from there as well. So let's go surprise him. Surprise!
How are you?
How are you?
Oh, that's wonderful.
We have an announcement for you. You are our next Impactful Rippler Award winner.
Well, isn't that?
Isn't that fun? So we're here to surprise you. We're going to cut for now, and then we're going to talk a little bit, okay?
Okay.
Okay, congratulations.
Sounds great.
Hi friends, we're back. We've surprised you. We've gotten you to, what you saw as you walked in the door, we sort of just bombarded you. You had no idea we were coming, did you?
I had no idea what.
So I'm going to give you this. This is our Impactful Rippler mug. We hope that you will drink your drink out of it proudly. And so it was fun to surprise you. Your daughter was so great in helping me. And Carrie Pope was, you thought you were having a meeting with her. Yes. She's an employee here, but it was me. So, yes. So congratulations on being our next Impactful Rippler. So we are inside one of your newer squads, right?
Yes, yes.
So you were chosen as an Impactful Rippler for what you and your company here does for the community. Yes. So you started Spirit. We're going to talk some things about that. But one of the things that I find interesting on you as far as being an Impactful Rippler is you see a need for our community and you don't just watch it. Sure. You create things to make it happen. So we talked a little bit earlier. Tell our audience, if you will, when someone makes a 911 call, that first response might get there, but you saw a need where's the second, third, and fourth responder going to come from? So how does that work?
Yeah, so just a little bit about that. So just to know, really, my EMS career really started from reporting.
Yes.
And so, back in the day, and I think Darke County was totally volunteer other than Greenville Rescue. And so really that's where my heart's desire came to become an EMT. Was, hey, like, how do I help this community? And so that's really evolved over the years. And so, really what I found is after our business started that there was a need for additional EMS personnel. And so we started a program here in 2017 where we train people and we pay them to go to class. But it's been impactful within our community because we've been able to train people here that work here full time, but then they go and they work for other departments within the communities that we serve. And then ultimately that not only helps those organizations to have part-time people that work for them, because in EMS we don't only have one job. We have 2, 3, 4, that we do. But it also helps that when that second call goes out, that third call goes out, the accident happens, the second shortness of breath call, whatever that might be, comes in, that there's somebody there to help. And to me that's something that's very important, and it's very reassuring to me too, because my other golf game, as I call it, is I still work part-time at the sheriff's office in dispatch.
Yes, yes.
And like I still love doing that. I've done that since 1999, but it's a relieving feeling and acting to know of all the great first responders that we have within this community, and that second ambulance is going to get out the door because of the dedicated people that we have in this community, and the ability for our organization to be able to help to educate people and get them their EMT licensure and certification so that they can help the community, and not only help the community for our business, but also help the community, as a volunteer, as a part-time employee.
Well, it's an impactful rippling moment for us as a community, because without your vision to see, hey, we've got to fill this gap. And just like you working as a dispatcher at the show, you don't have to do that. That's just your giving heart and how you like to support our community. So also in that, we talked about like at the fair and stuff. So you're a real big supporter of like 4-H and FFA. And tell us, in your opinion, why you feel coming along the youth is so important, coming alongside and walking that walk with them.
So I think it's very important because really that's how I got my start. 4-H was big to me. FFA was extremely big to me. My co-op job, my senior year in high school, was a reporter.
Okay.
And so, I just really think and I think that whole experience or whatever has helped me grow and helped my organization grow into what it is today. And so, it gives me great satisfaction anytime that I can see youth of today, and I think become successful and grow into something. And you know, so I look around and see people that have been involved in 4-H, been involved in FFA, and been involved in our community, that come back to our community and how successful they are, and the business that they might be running, or the job that they might have. And a lot of times, or whatever, when you look at those people, it's somebody that started out in 4-H or an FFA. And so I attribute a lot of that success to that, because they're outside the box thinkers, you know, and tomorrow's another day.
Yep. For my club, my community, and my world is for the 4-H motto. Right. So that's important because, again, going back to why you're chosen as an impactful Rippler is you see that, and we want that youth to come back and put their talents right here in Darke County, right? And even beyond. I mean, when we say beyond, sometimes people start here, but they just like, look at you. You started with this idea, then it's grown and it's grown, and now you're impacting across the whole world, because we've done some stories on your Australians that you've brought here. But tell us a little bit about how that impacts us here in our community.
Yeah, so you know, what we saw when COVID happened is first of all, there were fewer classes that could be put on, right? And so there were fewer people that were able to do classes and the whole bit. And then we saw a need, and so some of our paramedics started moving into the hospitals and the whole bit, and were not treating patients out in the field, right? Because there was a shortage of personnel. So I went to EMS World a few years ago and learned in England and the United Kingdom that they were doing this thing where there were more people coming out of paramedic class in Australia than there were jobs.
Wow.
And I was like, if they can do this in the United Kingdom and in Australia, or in the United Kingdom and England, we can do it in the United States. And so we're one of the first in the nation to try this. It has worked out great. And what a better place than to bring them to Greenville, Ohio.
That's right. Come right on in here. That's right.
And they have embraced them. This community has embraced them. They love their accents. But again, like, we've got one of them that the first weekend, and I think he was out riding a horse, you know, like, we've got one of them that's every weekend, or nearly every weekend, is playing the organ at one of the local churches. I mean, just the success stories that continue, and I think to happen. We've got one that's bringing her entire family over here in the next couple of months. So again, like, word is spreading halfway around the world about Greenville, Ohio, and what a welcoming community we are. And so that just speaks volumes, and it just makes me so proud, and I can think of the community that we live in, because again, it's not just because of one person doing it, it's because of like the entire community and who we are. Right.
Which that's what makes you the best impactful Rippler for this announcement that we have, because you do things from your heart. You don't just, it's not all about you, but you just let your heart lead you, I feel anyway. And what you've transformed, the rippling effect that you've done for our community and surrounding is amazing. So let's hit a little bit also in that rippling effect. We also have opportunities that you help get kids to school, like out to Anthony Wayne and so forth, that can't maybe go on the regular school bus at that time. How does that work?
Yeah, so years ago, and I think there was a need, saw that, hey, we need to be able to get kids to school, and maybe not necessarily on the school bus, because there's not a large amount of them. So we work with, many people don't know this, but between 50 and 60 kids each day are taken by Spirit to the local schools. And so emotionally disturbed, physical, mental handicaps. We have preschool students going out to Anthony Wayne. And then we also take the Gateway Youth Program students to Gateway every day. And so, you know, it's just, again, something that's very rewarding. Gateway Youth Programs is something, again, just neat to me. I like it because of the fact of, again, we have kids that are at risk of not getting high school diplomas, that we have the opportunity, and we have drivers and that kind of thing that will go knock on their door and welcome them to the bus so that they can make sure
encouragement sometimes, right?
That to make sure that kind of thing, that they do graduate with that high school diploma, and again can be successful in our community when maybe things at home and that thing are not the best for them, but we can at least make sure that they get to school. And you know, again, the emotionally disturbed, physical, mental handicaps, we have aides that ride the bus with us. We have great partnerships with multiple school districts within the county that make that happen. Again, it's just a great thing that we've been able to do because, again, there was a need there, and we just, again, adapt and overcome. Tomorrow's another day.
Yeah.
Figure out how we're
you're a
going to do
visionary.
it.
Like, you can see that, and I think that that's why we're so lucky to have you here in our community.
Yeah.
Because I don't think a lot of people, maybe when they see this going down the road, they don't think of all those things that Spirit does. So where does that come from for you? Where do you get that drive and that passion that you see a need and you want to fill it? Where does that come from for you?
So I think that it comes through the fact of that I believe that it's a team effort, right? So it's not me.
Right.
So I believe that, you know, I heard this many years ago, and I think, and Charles Godsey from Madison Fire Department used to say, team, together everyone accomplishes more.
Yep.
Right? And so there's no I in team. And so I have a phenomenal team here at Spirit that I may have an idea, they may have an idea, and we just make it happen. But one of the things that we've done over the last several years is we have a management retreat every 3 months.
Okay.
Okay. And so we go out and we brainstorm on ideas of how do we make things better.
Okay.
Okay. And then we take those visions and then we turn them into reality. Sometimes it takes forever to turn them into reality.
Sure.
Sometimes we're able to do it much quicker. So, you know, it takes great people. It takes a team of people. It takes people that are dedicated. Certainly, and I think is not done by myself. It takes a lot of work to make me look good. But let me tell you, they do a phenomenal job. I've got an entire team here that does a phenomenal job every day of going out, working hard, taking care of our people, that are dedicated at 3 o'clock in the morning when somebody's having a heart attack, that will come in and run the truck with me so that we can make sure that they're taken care of. And so, you know, I think that passion, that drive or whatever is really what makes us who we are today. And I stand proud of each and every one of them that work here.
Yeah, well, I know what you're saying, because I know that you're not all about me kind of person, but I still say as a community, we're really thankful that you are here to kind of facilitate and let those people come up with those dreams and realities and then help put it to fruition. So we're super excited. So congratulations on your Impactful Rippler Award. Keep watching, because Spirit's always doing something, and it sounds like it's an amazing place to work. So if they want to go in for those classes, I know you started that back in 2017, I think you said. Is that once a year, Brian, or is that like, can they come anytime? Yeah,
so we try to do that 3 to 4 times a year.
Okay.
That we're doing those classes. It's about 6 to 8 weeks of classes, and again, it's an earn while you learn type of thing. But we also have positions of just simply driving. We have people to work in the office. Like, there's just a multitude of different opportunities that are here. From younger to older. It's, you know, really neat. We had a gentleman just recently, 67 years old, that just went through EMT class. I love it. So you're never too young.
Yeah, that's never too young. That's right.
To do this. So
but tell us what you said about the average age, because I think people will be surprised about that. We've got to get some people getting into this.
So I sit on the state EMS board as well, and the average age of an EMS provider currently in the state of Ohio is 45. So we've got to do something to get our younger generation involved in this. And again, it takes a community.
Right.
It takes a community to want to get that involvement. I don't want to be laying in my bed in the nursing home many years down the road and having to answer the call with the ambulance sitting outside the door so that our people can get moved. So I encourage the younger generation to become involved and become interested in this profession, because there's certainly a need. We're not getting any younger. And so the estimation is that within the next 4 or 5 years, we need 40,000 people in the nation to join this profession just to stay up with the growing need that there is for EMS. Wow.
So some of the stuff that you're doing for us, we're kind of ahead of the game with bringing the Aussies over and some of those programs. So again, feel free to reach out to Spirit and they can help assist you with that. And again, if you have somebody who you would like to nominate as an Impactful Rippler, send that in to me. And again, we want to congratulate you on our next Impactful Rippler Award. Thanks for all you do.
Thank you.
Okay, keep sticking with us.